Morning, champions. I just wanted to share a couple things with you on this glorious day that we celebrate your mothers. So, if you haven't already realized it, this is your panic mode. Run to Shoppers Drug Mart, get chocolate, right? Get her favorite chocolate. Don't get chocolate that you like, get her chocolate, right? And then you give it to your mother and you say you love her and that you bought this weeks ago when you thought of her, okay? First pro tip. I don't know if it's about you guys, but sometimes for me, I forget those super important dates. Kate is very active in reminding me on when my mother's birthday is, when her birthday is, when her mother's birthday is, and like any other significant dates. I'm very much needed reminding of all the time, and I'm quite forgetful on those things. But thank goodness I have a partner in my life that reminds me. And you can look to your dads in that situation as well and just be like, you know, it's a good thing, Mom, you've got Mom around, right? But I don't know if you guys ever think about that, but moms do a lot of work behind the scenes, right? Like, they do everything, but it feels like they do nothing at the same time. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Mothers, we all know they're the unsung superheroes in most things. Like, think about it, right? When we look at Superman, right? Superman couldn't be the man he is today without his mother. I mean, even his Earth dad passed away earlier on, and you know, Mama Kent, she just took on the farm, she took on Superman, and basically raised up a freaking superhero. Like, isn't that amazing? But there's a couple superheroes in the Bible that we sometimes forget that had these super awesome moms that did these amazing things for them. And one of my favorite stories in the Bible is actually the book of Moses. And when we look at the whole Exodus, that whole thing, there's so many cool things that happen. We have like plagues and seas and things. But the interesting thing is they don't really talk too much about Moses' mom. But she did probably one of the most heroic things in the Bible. And it seems like it's such a small detail, but it made one of the biggest impacts ever. Because if she didn't do this little task, this little act of bravery, we have no idea what kind of world we'd live in today. It's that little flap of the butterfly back in the day that could have changed everything. So if you're curious to where I'm looking at Exodus chapter 2, right? And it talks about the birth of Moses. And it says, about this time, a man and a woman from the tribe of Levi got married. The woman became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She saw that he was a special baby and kept him hidden for 3 months. But when she could no longer hide him, she got a basket made of papyrus and reeds and waterproofed it and tar and pitch, and she put the baby in the basket and laid it among the reeds in the river by the riverbank in the Nile. The baby's sister, who stood along at the distance watching to see what would happen to him, soon Pharaoh's daughter came across down to bathe in the river, and her attendants walked along the riverbank. And when the princess saw the basket among the reeds, she sent for her maids to get it. And when the princess opened it, she saw a baby. The little boy was crying, and she felt sorry for him. This must be one of the Hebrew children, she said. Then the baby's sister approached the princess and said, should I go find one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you? She asked. She said, yes, do, the princess replied. So the girl went and called the baby's mother. Take this baby and nurse him for me. Then the princess told the baby's mother, I will pay you for your help. So the woman took her baby and home and nursed him. Later, when the boy was older, his mother brought him back to Pharaoh's daughter, who has adopted him for her own son. The princess named him Moses, for she explained, I lifted him out of the waters. It's funny because they don't even mention the details of Moses' mom, but we know that she did probably one of the most heroic things, because back in the day when Pharaoh was taking over all of this, he was in fear of power because he had heard a prophecy of somebody that would rise up and take away his power, and that was talking about Moses. So in fear, he said that there needs to be death of all the firstborn Hebrew children at the time. And unfortunately, a lot of babies disappeared because of this act. But now we see that even out of fear, Moses' mom acted bravely and said, you know what, I'm going to take this on. And that's just one mom in the Bible out of several. This book is so full of them. I encourage you to maybe go back and watch Pastor Tyson's sermon from today if you get a chance, and just really think about some of those people that he mentioned. And folks, I just want to encourage you to just take your time this morning And think about all those, maybe those little details that we overlooked that mom did for us. Those little niche details that we may not realize, like we always have clothes in our drawers, right? We always have food in our belly. We get to take this time to not just celebrate moms, but we're also taking the time to get reminded of the effort that moms do behind the scenes. So guys, I just encourage you today, A, buy your mom some chocolate because she deserves it. And if she doesn't like chocolate, get her one of her other favorite things. But B, take that moment to just reflect, because those are the unsung superheroes of the day, right? Superman wouldn't be Superman without mom to stitch his cape together, right? And it's just one of those little details. So take this day, get off YouTube, do something nice for your mom, go on a walk, maybe do her laundry. We'll see. Maybe don't do that. Just a suggestion. But whatever you can do to make your mom's day a little bit easier today, just do that. And I just encourage you this morning. So we'll see you back here every week. Next week, we're going to be releasing our devotions online. This is kind of going to be our youth touch point. But on a side note from that, guys, we're still allowed to do gatherings of 5 people according to the AHS. So we can't do big youth events right now, but Kate and I really want to connect with you. So if you have an opportunity that you would want to connect with us, we'd love to touch base. Feel free to shoot me a text, shoot me an email, shoot me a DM on Instagram, whatever it may be that you want to connect us with. We'll also be connecting with you guys. Don't worry, we're not going to be waiting by the phone expecting your phone call. We're going to be trying to reach out to you guys, and we want to be able to connect with you guys. The weather's beautiful. We can go for bike rides. We can meet up in the parks, do whatever. But yeah, just give us a shout if you want to schedule a time, but we'll be also in contact with you guys. So thanks so much, and you guys have a great week.